All right, so welcome to my Diablo 4 Season 2 very late review. Um, I held off on buying the game for the longest time because I just could not agree with spending $80 uh, on an 80 gigabyte and then some download. Um, so I was like, screw that. But Black Friday sale, 67% off. Picked the game up 41.99. I was like, okay, I'm going to do that. And I initially started playing it on my Acer Nitro 5 system because that was the only system I had that was capable of playing the game. Uh, my normal gaming rig that I also do all my recording on, uh, which is an Asus ROG system with a very powerful CPU in it and everything. While the CPU was there and the RAM and everything was there, and the 250 gig solid state drive plus a 1 terabyte solid state storage drive to put the games on and stuff was all there. The one place I was lacking was the graphics. Um, I had a Radeon HD 6950 that I've been moving from system to system for years now because it's a really good graphics card. But I recently had a friend at work who is getting ready to move, and in doing so, he started clearing out a lot of his old computer stuff. So he had a R9 280X that he sold me for $100. So I swapped out the HD 6950 for the R9 280X, and that is what I'm playing this game on. So as you can see, graphically, still looks beautiful. Everything is great. It's running smooth. I'm having no issues. Um, I've swapped the graphics over on various different levels here. Um, and I am playing it at as you can see 1920 by 1080. So um, I actually had it set to high at one point, and I'll show you this again. Come on, finish making the change and saving. Okay, there we go, and I'll close it. Right, and we're back to the game, and as you can see, still runs smooth. Everything looks great. I heard the fans kick up on my card a little bit, but not much. Um, but this is on high right now, and graphically, it really doesn't look a whole lot different from when it's on low. So that being said, I was just like, why am I even bothering playing it on high? You know, I mean, it plays just as smooth on low as it does on high. I haven't seen any issues. The default was medium, which I'm changing it back to now, and everything on medium looked fine or whatever. And so I was in there going like, you know, how much better can high look or whatever. It might be because I don't have a 4K monitor that I'm playing on. This is, you know, a standard 1920 by 1080 maximum resolution here. It's a 27 inch. But again, here we go. Just, you know, running around doing stuff. Everything still looks good on medium. Not having any real issues with anything, even when I get into battles. So at that point, I was just like, well, it looks the same on low. Why am I even wasting my time on medium? So I'm like, I'll just put it on low and play it on low. It's less strain on the graphics card and everything, and the game looks just as good and plays just as smooth. So sorry about the eating while I'm recording this, but it's 8 o'clock at night at my time, and I'm having my nightly snack of Oreos and milk. So, but yeah, I mean, look at this. Here we are. We're back at low. Everything runs smooth. No real issues. Shadows look great. The 3D visuals look great. You know, um, let's get into some battles here. We'll kill some stuff. I mean, no screen lag of any kind while I'm playing. No real network lag either because I'm on a 1 gigabit network. So, you know, but everything plays smooth. So, you know, it sucked that I had to go out and buy another graphics card. I really think that Blizzard could have supported some older graphics cards that are more than enough power to play this game. The Radeon 6950 being one of those. But, you know, it is what it is. So, so I'm playing it on this R9 200 series. This is a 280X to be exact of that 200 series. And everything is playing fine. Not having any issues with it. Again, my processor, let me see, I don't know if I can bring up. Oh, you're not going to let me do it, are you?
A message has been received.
Now you can't see this, but the processor is a Core i7 4790, dual core, hyper threaded for a quad core that runs at 3.6 gigahertz to start with, and then turbos up over 4. Plus, I have 24 gigs of RAM in it. This was a system that my company where I work used to use for all sorts of data analysis stuff. We had a very, very nice NVIDIA card in there where we could access the CUDA cores directly to use them in mathematical computations. And then we decided to upgrade and bought a newer system, but kept the graphics card. So we bought new motherboard, all that, and built this new system, and then moved the graphics card over to it. So the old system, I was like, hey, boss, what are you going to do with it? He said I was going to recycle it. I'm like, hey, can I have it? He's like, sure. So I took it. The system is capable of taking up to 32 gigs of RAM. And then, you know, got that nice new R9 in there. So, you know, if you're someone who wants to play the game and you know that you're, there are all sorts of sites you can go to out there like, can I play this or can I run this? Type sites where you can go, give them a real quick run, see what it says. If it says, you know, your CPU and your RAM and everything is all good enough, but the only thing you're lacking in is your graphics card, you can go out and get an R9 280 or 290 even for 300 or less at places like Micro Center and whatnot. If you shop around on Amazon, you might even find it for cheaper. And at that point, you know, if Blizzard keeps the game on sale, you know, $400 total investment, not too bad. You know, before I was looking at, man, I might have to spend $500-600 on a new graphics card. So I just kind of lucked out that I have a really good friend and coworker who sold it to me for $100. And he also sold me a 750 watt modular power supply, which I'm not needing right now. I have a 600 watt, so, you know. But overall, you know, the final version of the game has been playing pretty good. Character level here, you know, I am only, what am I? I think I'm like level 16 or 17. Here we go. Let's look at the profile. Nope, that just does that. So, there it is. Level 17. Yep, level 17. My attack power is 239, armor is 1144, life's 274. You can see my strength, intelligence, willpower, things like that. You know, found some good rare equipment so far. I picked a rogue. You know, so for the most part, it's like your typical action RPG. The one thing I don't like about it is the skills setup. I I wasn't too happy with it in the closed beta when I was part of that. I'm not really any more happy with it now. Um, some of these, I don't know, the way it's set up, I just don't like it. Um, I I don't like the fact that everything seems to require energy to do. Like twisting blades, right, costs 30 energy, 30 energy, 30 energy. You you go through the energy so fast, it's ridiculous. You can't really hardly use your spells. You got to find items that are going to rebuild that energy. Now, all your spells up here in your first portion of the tree, none of these cost anything, right? You just put points in them and then use them all day, and you're good to go. And so that's what I've been doing here. I've been putting points in them, and I started putting points down here at first at one point, but I was like, other than rapid fire, I don't really want to use any of these yet. I want to max all these guys out and then slowly move in and start adding points to the stuff that I think is going to be most beneficial to me. Like, I'm definitely going to use rapid fire. Rapid fire does a lot of damage right off the bat, and it costs the least amount of energy. But then when I get down here, and we start getting into more spell type stuff as opposed to attacks, when you get like the shadow step and things like that, and caltrops. I don't know if I'm going to put anything in these yet. I might go for weapon mastery, just to get the damage increase and stuff, and those kind of things. But I don't know if I'm going to use any of the spells. I just don't know if they're going to be beneficial to me until I get down to here and I can start using like concealment and stuff. For the most part, rapid fire and then like heart seeker, which is a heat seeker, are the things that I find myself using the most. So, I think I'm just going to end up maxing all of these categories out as my primary attacks, and then I'll be very picky and choosy about what I'm doing after that. Once these are all maxed out, so, but the skill tree is what it is. A lot of your power is going to end up coming from the items themselves and really relying on finding really good items that have really good stats to them. So it is what it is. But other than that, overall, so far the game has been fun to play. Like I said, graphically it looks beautiful. I'm just starting the campaign mode, so I'm months behind everybody else who's playing this. I haven't done any seasonal stuff yet, so maybe I'll get into the seasons once I get my character built up a bit. But until then, I'm gonna play through the campaign and see what happens. So, maybe every now and then check to see me on either Twitch or YouTube live. I might be streaming as I play, and then just join in and we'll enjoy the company together. But so far, other than the seasonal part, because I can't speak to that, I'm enjoying the game. I think it's been playing fairly well. The campaign story mode has been pretty good. I do miss like the set armors from D3 and stuff like that. I kind of feel like graphically we've taken a leap forward from D3, but gameplay we've kind of stepped it back to Diablo 2 type of gameplay, where and I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing yet, because I really like Diablo 2 and the way the skills worked, and the fact that you had to be very, very, very select in what skills you chose to enhance, and then you had to find weaponry that synergized really well with the skills that you wanted to use, right? And a lot of times you're putting points into just those skills. So as you can see down here with me, I'm going to be doing a lot of melee attacking, very fast attacks like that I enjoy doing. I have my invigoration attack, I have a throw attack, and then I have my heat seeker, heart seeker, but then I have my rapid fire. So um, I'm trying to build the skills that I'm going to be using around these types of attacks. Um, and I don't know if they add armor set that gives you like spin to win capabilities like a whirlwind barbarian or the god demon hunter in Diablo 3, is yet to be seen. If they do that, if they do, then we'll see what we do at that point in time. But for now, it's kind of taking me back to some old school action RPGs where you really have to be a lot more thoughtful on what you do with your character. Let's be honest, D3, you just find the set armors once you get to level 70, and you build a set armor tune that pretty much crushes shit left and right. This is not going to be that easy. This is going to take a lot more thought, patience, time, and in building up a good, powerful character that's fun to play with. So that's about it for now on this review. I'll let you know more as I play more. And again, like I said, try to look for me streaming on Twitch and or YouTube Live. Life's been very busy lately, so I haven't had a chance to do any streaming. But I'm hoping things will slow down here once the Christmas holiday gets closer and passes us by, and then I'll start to have a little bit more free time on my hand to do some live streaming. So until then, enjoy.